Here we are out in the rain. It is wet out here. It is a wet night tonight. Woo! It is a wet one. It is a wet one out here. Oh my, it's quite chilly too. BikeBlogger here. I'm not using my lobster claw gloves, I'm just using regular full-length gloves, but it's kind of chilly. My Pearl Azumi lobster claw gloves, man, they're not really waterproof at all. Now maybe the newer models are. Mine are quite old. They're probably at least 5 years old. And I think they were an old model back then too, so they might have some more water resistance or something. I don't know if they'd be waterproof, but as the ones I got, if you're out for any sort of length of time in the rain, they just get totally soaked, and you do not want wet hands when you're out in the cold, because that's gonna cause you to freeze pretty dang quick. Liquid or water is a very good heat transfer medium. So you put water on your hands and then put cold air across it. Oh boy, that gets real cold. Cold hands, cold hands, cold hands. Oh my. So I'm gonna try to remember to wipe the camera lens here. Gonna have to slow it down all the way. Give me a chance to wipe the lens a little. I really don't know if that helps or not. Almost the bigger concern when you're out and it's all wet and rainy and you're filming is humidity, because it can fog up your lens. And there's some hacks for that. Use some sort of desiccant or something to absorb that extra moisture, but it is a tricky issue anytime you're in a high humidity, warm climate. Right now it's actually kind of cold though, but also got the temperature differences, which exacerbates the issue. Woo-wee. Oh yeah, cold hands, cold hands. I've thought about maybe this holiday season investing in some heated gloves. The poor man's version of that is just buy a bunch of those heated gel packs and just shove them in there, or put them into your gloves. Not directly on the skin, of course, but maybe I just do that, buy a pack of those, because I wouldn't need heated gloves every day. I don't live in the Arctic or anything. I live in a pretty temperate climate in terms of heat and cold. It doesn't get very, very cold, and it doesn't get very, very hot where I live. In the Midwestern United States, state of misery. State of misery. The state next to Kansas, near the Great Plains. Woo! All right, so there goes a animal. So I got I'm gonna turn up my light now. I got my bright light. This is the Exposure Strata MK6, I believe. I think they're up to Mark 8 or Mark 10 or something. So it's kind of funny. A lot of my equipment is pretty much as old as my YouTube channel. A lot of my stuff's like 5 years old now. So a lot of this stuff I kind of invested in for you guys, so the channel. So I'm looking to upgrading my camera. I said I wasn't really going to do it, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and do it. It's been 5 years. I do not like to, well, I'm not going to get into it much this video. I just don't like to pretty much chase technology, because technology is always changing and you can go broke upgrading all your systems every year or even every couple years. And I'm not that rich. Woo! So things to look forward to. Things to look forward to. Oh my gracious, it's cold. Now these gloves, these are Serious, S-E-R-I-S or something like that. Hyper something, I don't even remember the name of them, gloves. They're also old. They're doing okay right now. My hands feel cold because they don't have a lot of insulation, but they actually seem to be maybe a little better at keeping the rain out, unlike the Pearl Azumi gloves I have. So I guess I would spend the money and buy some dedicated winter cycling gloves for rainy weather, but fortunately I can usually get out and ride when it's not rainy, so that's kind of a waste of money. You know, if I'm not really that often riding in the rain, it's just a whole nother thing to hassle around with. I'm already having to deal with all sorts of other things like charging my phone, my camera, my lights, GPS, any other sort of accessories I carry around with me. Wearing a almost like I'm riding a high-tech bicycle, but I'm not. I'm just riding a regular bike. This isn't like an electric bike or e-bike, although I do have one of those. I got a kit slapped onto my Surly cross-check. Oh, actually, that's so freaky. I'm gonna turn around here. Actually, I changed out the Surly back to kind of my winter bike with studded tires now. Scary, yeah. This is so freaky. Every time I go past here by the zoo, there's these cardboard cutouts. See? And I keep thinking there's like people over here, but there's not. There's these freaky people with the masks on. Pandemic 2020. Hey, there's a bunch of scooters. Nobody's using the scooters. I think those might be bird scooters, I think. Let's see here. Spin it back around. Yeah. Squeak. Brakes. I don't have disc brakes on this bike. I did have a disc brake bike, my good old Diamondback. I don't actually have that anymore though, because again, I don't ride in the rain very often, so disc brakes are I kind of think of them as like a overkill. Although you can't ever really do overkill with safety, I guess. Disc brakes are always, I'm gonna stop for this guy. Disc brakes are always, something to think about for safety. All right, let's go this way. Woo-wee. Here's another tip, riding your bike at night. If you have a really bright light, like my light, which actually could probably be in people's faces more if I tilted it up more, but you will command more respect from more people on the road. If for nothing else, just because they can see you at night. I'm also wearing a jacket that has the really bright colors. Bright colors! Good to have bright colors. Let's go down this way. Woo-wee. Yeah, so in the past couple videos, actually it's been raining a lot in St. Louis, Missouri, and I've had my audio cut out on me a lot, so basically because I don't have watertight connections for things, and so we'll see how the audio turns out this time with just like a simple well, I guess it's not simple. These cameras are sold. I got a couple of old GoPro Hero 3s, and so I'm not as worried about ruining them because they're cheaper. So I got another one set up, and I'm using it just as basically a voice recorder right now. And then I sync it in post with some sort of software. I think someone asked me what software do I use, and honestly, I've just been using the cheap, I use freeware, free stuff. I don't use the Sony Vegas or the Adobe Premiere or the DaVinci, whatever it's called. I don't use any fancy software. I just use Audacity. That's a free audio program, and it's not as automated, and you have to manually, cut up stuff. Let's go to the left here. But I'm so used to using it because I've used it for like a decade. I'm showing my age. That I just like using it. It's just simple. I prefer, as convoluted as it may be, I prefer a lot of little simple programs over one big program. That could also just be my own stubbornness, not bothering to learn a new software, but I will say a lot of that really good software is expensive, and I'm already investing in other things like cameras and stuff. You kind of got to do the math. What's more important to you? What is your time worth more, or is your money worth less, or whatever? So, or are you just cheap? You're cheap like me. All right, up we go here. And whoa, okay. There's a fence there. Let's go this way. Only problem going this way is at the bottom of the hill there's a bunch of gravel, and they haven't cleaned that up yet. Whew. Oh man, yeah, my fingers are getting cold now. Might have to end this video a little soon here. Otherwise I'll just be complaining every minute about my cold fingers. Cold finger, cold finger, cold finger. Woo, chilly. If it was just a little bit colder out here, this wouldn't be rain. It would be snow and ice. So I'll take the rain over snow and ice. Thank you very much. Okay, so this isn't so bad. It's pretty bumpy, but let's hop up here. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go this way. Ooh-wee. So I'm just cycling in the city park. Oh, let me cover up or clean up the lens there. I don't know if that helps. I was trying to prepare for this video because you got to do a bit more prep work when it's raining, and I forgot to add anything onto the lens there, because if I used some of that Rain X, or maybe my own spittle. I just spit on the lens or something. You add some sort of a chemical film to the lens, and it'll help the rain slide right off, or at least it would kind of congeal into little blobs, and then it would get heavy and it would fall off the lens. Woo. Oh man, my fingers are cold. Did I mention that? Did I mention my fingers are cold? Ah, why am I punishing myself? Why am I doing it? Woo. Oh my. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's cold. Oh my. I'm like the only one here. There's nobody else out right now at night. Freezing their butt off. Woo. All right. Oh my gosh, it's cold. I guess I underestimated how cold it is out here. Oh my. Oh. I'm fumbling with my second camera slash microphone setup. Woo. Woo. Chilly. Chilly, chilly, chilly. Chilly. So maybe I'll go a little bit into the city outside of the park here and see what's going on outside other parts of the city. I imagine not much because it's all wet outside. It's cold and wet. It's like the worst combo. Okay, nobody coming from the left and no other crazy people out in this rain like me. I do have rain fenders on my bike, so rain fenders or mud guards are not a waste in the rain. They have nothing to do about the rain necessarily. They have to do about all the water on the ground. So don't feel bad about rain fenders not preventing the rest of your body from getting wet, basically, because you're gonna get wet no matter what you do in the rain. It's just a matter of keeping the dirty water off of you, because you can get real dirty real fast. Also on your own bike, I guess, too, yeah? And make cleaning your bike off a little easier when you get back to work or home or wherever it is whatever your destination is. All right, let's head up to the light. Whew. Ah, dang. Water everywhere in the road. Up. I got my Crocs shoes on. They do a good job at keeping my feet dry. I also have waterproof socks. So everything's pretty much dry except my face. All right. I'll wait here a second. There we go. All right. Here we go. Watch out for the cars. Oh. Woo. We're in the bike lane now. Or I guess over here in the shoulders, they're called the bike lane. Oh my. I ride in the rain a lot since I'm a bike commuter, so none of this is really all that different to me. It's just usually when I go ride my bike, I time it so I can avoid, the rain. This is just kind of one of those situations where it's just raining all day, and it's kind of a nice steady rain. It's not just a sprinkle. Bump, bump, bump. Whew. All right, here we go. La-di-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's so refreshing to be out here. Oh my. So I don't really have a topic for this video, but let's go ahead and make up one right now. Topic of the night. Whew. Topic of the night. What do we think about when we think of rain? Or what do a lot of us think about? We think of depression. So yeah, let's do a happy topic tonight, depression. So, how do you get from not being depressed to being happy? Happy. Well, there's Maslow's pyramid scheme, or whatever you call it. So it's a hierarchy where you take care of the essentials first and you work your way up to pure enlightenment. So what does that entail? Well, number one is your physical well-being. And I talk about this quite a bit. I can actually go into here. Some of these streets are blocked off because they're private neighborhoods, although I'm having trouble just figuring it out, but these are some pretty big houses. I don't think these are apartment buildings. These are just massive houses for the rich people. So yeah, number one is your physical well-being. So we're talking about eating healthy. We're talking about exercising some. We're talking about, taking care of business. Keeping yourself healthy. So that's number one. Number two is your emotional state. So we're talking about the other bare essentials. Make sure you're taking care of the money. Make sure you got a job. That's kind of number two. Now I'm just totally spitballing here. I'm not really. Let's say we can go this way. Let's keep going this way. Number three is social. So meaningful relationships with other people. That'll create a healthy well-being in you. Number four. I'm just totally going off of memory here. Number four is purpose. You got to having a purpose in life. It could be your career, it could be volunteering. Just finding your purpose in life. That's number four. And then the last thing to achieving pure happiness is finding your meaning in life. So I guess it's kind of like the same thing as purpose, but it's kind of like, a point where you're basically satisfied with yourself and your happy place, I guess. But hey, life is about the unknown. It wouldn't be called life if there weren't struggles, and a lot of people are struggling right now. I almost just crashed into that. Okay, how do you get around there? Maybe I can take the sidewalk, I guess. Let's go this way. So, bringing down the stress level is also very important. So how do you do that? How do you lower the stress in your life? Obviously a cheap way is and by cheap I mean kind of easy, and a lot of people with means use, is that just, I gotta wipe off the cleanse there, is, spend money on things and consumerism. At least that's the way in the United States. Oh, they got like a ambulance over there, some fire truck. Woo-wee. All right, this is this is a big road. Oh yeah, this is the I think that guy's gonna make a left, no? Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. Got like a fire truck. Yeah, this is Skinker Boulevard, I believe. I think I can see the Chase Park Plaza to the I'm gonna go this way. Let's just go this way. Let's go down the street here. Okay. Woo-wee. Now I was just gonna say these temples I'm going past. There's some religious, some churches and stuff. The Church of the Christian Scientist is somewhere around here. I think I just passed it actually. It was back there about a block. Those are the people that don't believe in vaccinations. So now we're just way off topic now. Let's make it right here. We're just way off topic now. Whew. Yeah, so they got vaccines for this pandemic thing coming out soon. BikeBlogger gives them a thumbs up just for the fact that they're some weird experimental thing that is vegan, as far as I can tell. Because so many vaccines are, made with animal parts, and I obviously don't believe in that because I'm vegan. But unfortunately, by law, even these experimental vaccinations have been tested on animals, and that's another thing I'm against. Purposely infecting poor animals. But so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. It's highly experimental though, so I know there's a vaccine being developed in Canada right now that is plant-based. Now that really has my interest, although, you know, what are the chances that actually ever comes to market? So yeah, well, we'll see. So anyway, how do you stay happy? How do you lower the stress level? Well, you got to realize you have control over yourself, but you do not have control over anyone else. And once you finally accept that fact, you'll have a lot less stress in your life. You just can't control other people. I mean, you can certainly try to do the salesman thing and learn to manipulate and influence other people, but you cannot control other people. So if you just you know, understand you have complete will, you have free will over your own, you know, your own self basically, and it's really hard to realize that during times of struggle with everything else going on. It's like you feel like everything's out of your control, but you are always in control of yourself. It's just the environment and the people around you. You can make a difference, but you cannot control it. So, as long as you accept that fact, you won't have to stress out so much. That's one of those things that your people constantly battle with in their life. All right, so we're back to Union. I believe this is Union Boulevard or whatever. Still fiddling with my camera set up here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna figure out something differently here. I'm using actually now that I put it away, let me just pull it back out here. Woo! All right, so yeah, see I'm using a pouch there on the side of my hip. That's called the buddy pouch. It's got some magnets, and it clips to your hip, which I like a lot. This light is not changing for me, and there's nobody coming, so we're going. That's the rule in Missouri. If it doesn't change for you, you just go on a bike. Okay, so we're on the, oh man. This is a bike lane, but there's like big potholes, dang. I saw a, that guy's speeding. I saw a, what was it, a news article. Oh, no you don't, no you don't. Jeez, he's trying to stop me right at the intersection. I'm not slamming on my brakes. Ugh. I don't have no disc brakes. Another thing, safety. Big plus for the disc brakes instead of these rim brakes, these old-fashioned, trusted and true, slippery rim brakes that do work. I did a video on that a long time ago. Rim brakes work in the rain. It's not like they don't work. You can get different brake pads that help with riding in the rain too. What is this? Is this the bike lane? Oh wow, yeah, okay. It's just really wide. We're gonna go into the park here in a second. Alrighty, dude. What was I talking about? Oh my. Can you even hear me still? I'm worried that the mic has been totally covered in rainwater. There we go. So the park I'm going through is called Forest Park. No, it's not Forest Park in Portland, Oregon. It's not Forest Park in, where is that, Massachusetts? Somewhere in Massachusetts, I think there's a Forest Park. There's several of them around the world. This is the one in St. Louis, Missouri, and it is over 1,000 acres, so a lot of people come through here, I guess kind of like Central Park, to use it as a shortcut. Let's go to the left here. Nice and easy. So yeah, that's why I see all these cars in the park late at night. Woo! I'm gonna wipe off the lens again. All right. So yeah, pay attention to this channel. We'll be back next week, hopefully with a new camera, and I'll show it off. Of course, a camera is only a tool. It does not provide good content. You know, the creator is the one who provides good content, so that's kind of dependent on me. It's up to me to provide you guys with the good content while I ride my bike around. Woo! Keep at it. Oh my gracious, my fingers are cold. I haven't said that in a while. My fingers are cold. Woo! Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the BikeBlogger channel.